Perfect. And so what's been the biggest challenge that you guys are facing? So you guys may have some websites, you may not have some websites. What are the biggest challenges that you're facing right now? Is it traffic? Is it conversions? Is it simply how to build the website? Is it trying to understand how to make money with the website? Is it like a tech hurdle that you're trying to get past, or just kind of that newbie gain that you have to get past? Where I don't know if you've ever heard of Google Sandbox, but once you start a website, Google kind of penalizes the beginner. It takes some time to actually get some traffic from Google, and a lot of different things. Information overload, exactly. Well, we're going to try to keep this super, super simple. I'm going to tell you all about myself and how I got started, and try to give you guys some tips that helped me and literally thousands of our clients succeed online. So make sure to grab a pen and paper and close all of your tabs, and we're going to get started right now. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Give me 2 seconds here. Excellent. Can you guys see my screen? Go ahead and give me a 1 if you can see my screen right now. All right, I see some 1s coming in. Excellent, excellent. So my name is Shane Brooks, and I would like to thank every single person that is attending the webinar right now, because I'm really excited. My good friend Sandy, he couldn't make it right now. He's in a different time zone. Right now he's, fast asleep. So I want to basically segue right into this. And so if you guys currently have websites, or you wanted to start a business online, I've been basically doing this for a few years now and have struggled to actually make it work. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how I was able to bring 103% more traffic to my websites and save myself 68% more time. Who definitely agrees that sounds pretty good? We definitely want traffic, and we definitely want to save ourselves time, because it can be very time consuming. So one thing I do want to make the distinction of is this is a no BS webinar. So make sure to pay attention. I do respect your time. I actually want you guys to succeed. And I'm a little bit selfless. I really like how people talk about how we stand out with our webinars. So if you don't mind, do you guys want me to drop my email to you? And then, if you have any questions, or you just actually like the webinar, you can send me emails at any time. I'll go ahead and drop it in the chat box now. All right. So here is my email, so feel free to email me at any point. Excellent. All right, so let's go ahead and keep going. Anthony says, thanks for having this at a time favorable to us down under. Very nice. I'm glad to have you here, Anthony. So yeah, definitely stay as active as you can in that chat box, because we're going to have some fun today. It's going to be, literally just so much info we're going to go over. So let me go ahead and keep going here. Now, let me ask you guys this. Why did you guys want to start an internet marketing business? Why did you guys start online? What was the reasons that segued you into this crazy thing called internet marketing? What was it? Was it potentially, passive income, where you heard that you could fall asleep and wake up with more money in your account that was previously there? I ran a fitness studio for 6 years, and I'm typically working Monday through Saturday, and I wake up at 5 a.m. and I'll come back home around 11 p.m. And after doing that for so many years, I noticed that if I took a break, my income would just completely stop. So I felt like if I completely took my foot off the gas pedal, now I'm going broke, and I don't want that. So I wanted to find a better, solution to that. The next thing is, about 2 years ago, I had the opportunity to leave the United States. One of my family members got in a very bad accident, and I wanted to kind of see what was out there in the world, because that stuff can happen to anybody at any moment. And so I wanted to really take advantage of my youth while I could. So I went in and basically, traveled around Europe and through Asia and things like that. And I realized, I don't know if you guys have ever read The 4-Hour Work Week, but it talks all about how if you can make a US dollar or like a UK dollar or something like that, and then go live in somewhere like Thailand, it can stretch so far. So when I realized that I can make money online and then go move somewhere that's beautiful and cheap to live, it just makes life so much easier, and you can really experience a lot. So the third reason was because of flexibility of time. Like I said, I have another business. I started this online business. But, I noticed that by running that other business, I was trading my time for an income. right? And I knew I had to be there at certain times, like 5 a.m. I hate waking up early. I don't know how many of you guys hate waking up early. I absolutely hate it. Give me a 1 in the chat box if you hate it, because I wanted to do anything to get away from waking up at 5 a.m. I'd rather stay up until 5 a.m. than wake up at 5 a.m. So, but that's basically me. And so, when I first started out, and I'm sure everybody here on this call today can kind of relate with me, how many of you guys started WordPress websites and started blogging when you first got started? Like, that was the first thing, that I did when I started online, was I was like, okay, well, I see that there's a lot of people that are making good money with blogs, so I'm just going to go start my own. So I actually started a fitness blog, and it was called progressnothingless.com. I had this big grand scheme on how to build it out and build it into a business. And then I kind of found something. I found out that there was a harsh reality. And the harsh reality is there's approximately 173 million blogs on the internet, and only 4% of those are indexed in Google. The other 96% are actually out in the dark web, so you don't even see them. And a new blog is created somewhere in the world every half a second, which means about 172,800 blogs are being created every single day. And a large portion of those new blogs getting created have less than 1,000 visitors per month. And most people, once they start that blog, they never even touch it. Let me ask you guys a question. When you guys first started out, right, how many friends and family members have come to you in the past and they're like, I'm going to start a business. I'm going to start an online business. I'm going to start a website. I'm going to start a blog, right? And you're like, wow, that's fantastic. That's great. And then you're like, okay, let me know when you officially get your first article or something like that up. What percentage would you say actually come back with that blog? Probably very little, right? I'll tell you, that was my biggest hurdle, was I wanted to create that fitness website, but then I realized, dude, this is really hard. This is really, really challenging to make the content, to optimize it, to rank, to do all these different things. It was a pain in the butt. So if you're with me on that, give me a 1, because it was definitely a struggle. But the good news is we're going to be talking all about that today. But it always made me wonder, why was it that it was so challenging to actually get these blogs created and producing, an actual income? And I really wondered about that. And I would say, technical problems are one thing, but answers are out there all over the internet. I would say that most of the time it comes down to focus. Right? I mean, I know it's the harsh reality of it, but, friends and family and work, they tend to get in the way, and we lose sight, and then we never end up actually finishing that website. So I'm going to give you guys my blueprint that basically I've taken, over 100 websites and built them out, like, very quickly, and they all produce income. So I'm going to actually show you guys that today, and that's kind of segueing into what this is the good news is you guys are going to get my blueprint today. I'm going to give you guys tons of files and free stuff just for coming. So I'm definitely enjoying what kind of emails I'll get by the end of this. So there's one thing that I want you guys to notice here, is just for showing up, I'm going to give you guys a free Make Money Online guide that me and my team wrote. So if basically you guys are saying to yourselves, I got a website, but it's actually not making money, or, hey, I have traffic and it's not making money, then the good news is we're going to give you a free guide that's a step-by-step guide on how to take that worthless website and turn it into a kickstart into a money-making machine. So is everybody like that? Everybody want to stay till the end and, grab that free guide? It took us a lot of time to put it together, so I'm pretty excited to see what you guys think about it. So we'll go ahead and keep going here. But a little bit about Justin Anderson, my best friend, my partner. He lives about 5 minutes from me down the street. And he's been doing internet marketing since 1997. And in 2001, he started his own marketing agency. And from 2001 until 2011, he worked with clients like, Walmart, Citgo, Brinks, all these giant billion-dollar companies. But what he realized very quickly after, running a client-based business, it is so time-consuming. How many of you guys right now are running a client-based business? Give me a 1. Because, oh my gosh, it is just so time-consuming. I mean, you're basically at the mercy of your clients. It's a pain in the butt. I mean, I love clients. I love to help people, but we got to find something that's more efficient, right? So what Justin did that was really smart is he said, you know what, I'm just going to go create software to solve the problems that my clients were having, drop my clients, and then run a business that's more automated, something that gives me that freedom, that passive income, all those things that we talked about. And so, basically, he was actually my personal training client. I trained him and his 2 kids and became best friends. We traveled the world. We've gone to so many different cities and countries. And, he's the one that actually started me into internet marketing. So I really appreciate everything this guy's provided me. So, let me ask you this. Why are we in a good position to help you guys today? Well, in 2008, we hit 1 million visits per blog, with only 5 blogs. And in 2011, we teamed up with a powerful software developer to innovate using viral traffic. And we have over 60,000 customers now using our services and marketing products. And we've learned through countless hours. And I'm just plain and simple, we've failed a lot. And we're going to show you how not to fail. Okay, so let's make it simple. Now imagine if you could get a steady stream of traffic with little to no work. You had our 5-step blueprint that you could easily make money with, and it's completely set and forget. Like I said, I run over 100 websites, so everything's fully automated. The trick is learn, do, automate. So if you can do those 3 things, you're going to be set. So learn, do, automate. Make sure to write that down. All right, so that kind of segues us into the auto viral traffic method. Now, when I first got started in internet marketing, I had no idea. I couldn't grasp the concept of what the heck it was. And so I asked Justin, I said, can you explain this to me? I'm a personal trainer. Bring it down a level for me and give me an analogy that actually would make sense. And he said, okay, let me explain it like this. Let's take my idea, okay, and let's call that a seed. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go search and find the perfect dirt, and then I'm going to plant that seed. I'm going to give it water, nourishment, everything that it needs to grow. Once it starts to sprout, I'm going to set up an automatic sprinkler system, and then I'll just go and start working on planting the next seed. And then when he told me that, I was like, damn, that's genius. He's like, that's not the best part. He's like, after I keep planting these seeds, eventually I come back and I pick the fruits of my labor. And he's like, AKA passive income. I'm like, dude, that is incredible. So if anybody's here right now that wants to jot that down, if you're running basically websites and businesses and automation, definitely try to follow that, because that's kind of what I try to apply to everything I do online, because there's so many ways to automate everything. So let's go and keep going. Now what we're going to do is in about 30 minutes we're going to discuss our 5-step blueprint. I'm going to show you guys how to get traffic, how to get conversions, how to build out websites, how to scale them. Basically I'm going to give you 7 different ways that you can profit from your websites, and then break that down. And then we're going to I'm going to stay as long as I need to for Q&A to answer every single question that you guys have, okay? So what are you going to get from today's webinar? Well, you're going to get the secret formula that we use to gain hundreds to thousands more visitors every single month, skyrocket your revenue from free targeted traffic flow, and spend as little as 1 hour a week or go on full autopilot. Now, the second that we applied this to one of our websites, we actually got 253 visitors on the very first day. We ended up seeing 1,752 visitors that month, and it increased our revenue by $2,000. That's pretty good for the first month of testing something out, giving us an extra $2,000. I was happy with it. So, then we said, okay, well, will this actually work for offline businesses, brick and mortar and stuff like that? So we reached out to one of our friends that runs a roofing business, and we said, hey, Tommy, would it be cool if we applied this to your website just to kind of test and see if it works? Well, by the end of the month, he ended up getting 10 extra leads, 2 sales, which equated to $15,000, because he's a roofer, so he can make much more money per lead. So, he ended up loving this. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, if you're running a business right now, what I want you guys to always remember, whether you're doing martial arts or you're working out or you're cleaning, your house, or you're running a business, whatever it is, always remember to accomplish the most while doing the least. I mean, it sounds nice, right? So we always want to strive for automating as much as we can, but always striving for efficiency. So in terms of business, it just means maximizing our ROI with as little effort as possible. We don't want to have to feel like our foot is always on that pedal. We want to be able to let off a little bit and kind of have a little breather room and not go broke because, we stopped hustling. So that's one thing I want you guys to really write down and make sure you pay attention to, is let's try to find out stuff that's easy, okay, and scale from there. All right, so let me ask you guys a question. I'm going to look at the chat box here in a second. What is more important to your business, okay? Now, what is more important to your business? Is it traffic or is it conversions? Go ahead and give me a 1 for traffic or a 2 for conversions. I'm interested to see what everybody thinks. So 1 for traffic, 2 for conversions. So I see Scott says 1. What else do you guys think? So Roger says 2. Lay says 1 plus 2. I like it. Chuck says 2. Okay, well, I won't hold you up here. Now, one distinction I do want to make is there's a major difference if we were talking about, like, let's say traffic to a website versus traffic to a squeeze page, okay? One we're going to get from organic traffic as a baseline. The other one, we're going to look at PPC, right? So when we're talking about doing something like ClickFunnels, don't want to get too technical, but PPC is the way to go. Okay, so let me go ahead and break this down for you. You know, traffic is everything. So if we're running a website, we need to find out a way to get a baseline of traffic, okay, organic traffic, and try to scale from there. We don't want to jump right into PPC because then we're going to lose money. So, you know, in the world of organic traffic, what we have to do is basically try to get as much traffic as possible, and then we can start to work on learning how to convert that traffic. Now, one analogy I can give you with this is my family has owned a couple of different restaurants. And, you know, here's the funny thing is we really pride ourselves in our food. And if you looked at that like conversions, the second they ate that food, they're going to be ready to buy, okay? Well, here's the problem. If nobody's coming in our restaurant, how much money will we actually make? Probably not very much, right? So we need to figure out a way to get people in the door to actually buy our food, okay? So in the terms of websites, that's kind of the analogy here is, you know, think about it like your restaurant. We got to get people in the door, you know, so we can actually, you know, basically make money off of that. So the one thing to consider when you're thinking about traffic, 3 major things, okay? I'm trying to be honest with you guys. I want you guys to write this down. It needs to be simple, okay? If it's too complicated, like somebody else said in the chat box, you're probably not going to actually see it through. You know, we're going to end up just kind of going to the next shiny object. It needs to be cheap. Okay, because, you know, if you're just starting out or you're trying to hit an actual return on your investment, it needs to be financially feasible. And the last thing is, if you're going to even spend your time on it, we want results, right? That's the only reason we run this business is for results. If it doesn't get you results, then why are you doing it, right? When you guys agree? So simple, cheap, and effective are the 3 things that you need to look at when you're looking at traffic, okay? So the 4 top traffic sources that we've heavily tested over the years, and I'm going to go through the pros and cons of each one and kind of break down, you know, my viewpoints and, you know, some of the successes and failures and where I feel like it fits in your business structure. So let's go ahead and go through here. So basically, SEO and long tail keyword targeting, you know, this is fantastic because it is like super, 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 you know, cheap. You just basically, you know, research keywords and you can get traffic, but the problem is it's super time consuming to do all the keyword research to actually rank. I think it's important. I'll actually give you resources on this, but, you know, basically it takes a lot of time, so we need something a little more effective. Then we get the paid advertising. You know, this is super simple. You just fund your account, you create ads, you bid on keywords, and you'll get traffic within minutes, but the problem is the traffic comes to a halt once you stop paying. And you can lose a lot of money if your ads are not properly optimized to your target audience. And most people end up with a negative ROI the first time they tried paid traffic. So, you know, that can take some time and you just keep losing money until you get the hang of it. So if you're a newbie and you're just getting started, you know, I would talk about, you know, let's talk about free traffic before we start to get into paid traffic, okay? Because I want you to make money. So then we got the social sharing, and this has really gone huge over the last few years. I mean, there's like 2.2 billion people logging in, you know, to social media every single day, and there's 7.8 billion people in the world. That's a third of the world is logging into social media. That's nuts. So basically, you can increase your traffic considerably if you take advantage of social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest. And I'll be honest with you, when you create a new website, probably about 50 to 80% of your traffic will come from social media. If you do, what I'm going to teach you in a little bit. And when you create something new and you share it with your friends, they in turn share it with their friends, either on the social platforms or using the social share buttons on your sites. But here's the problem, is you actually need a fan base, you know, to build up. So if you share it with like 5 people, you're not going to get much traffic. So, you know, one of the easy ways to do that is to use, you know, paid traffic to, you know, build up a fan base through, you know, paid ads and things. But, you know, that's also costly. The other problem is, you know, that I found is, let's say that you're running one website and you got 4 social media accounts. Now it feels like you're running 5 websites. But if you're running 10 websites and you have 4 websites or 4 social media accounts for each, that feels like you're managing 50 websites, okay? I have over 100. So think about how many social media sites I have. So it's pretty crazy. So I'm going to show you guys how to automate that full thing too. And then we get into content marketing. And I would say, if you asked me, content marketing is the absolute best way to get free traffic, okay? Because you're giving value. You're giving stuff to people that they actually want to see. And so you basically can do so many different things with it. You can create it, you can optimize it, you can publish it, promote it, measure it, build links to it. You can optimize it to actually rank so it can get you more traffic. And then you can post it to all your social media accounts, which will pull more traffic back to your website. Does that make sense? So think about it like an octopus. You're just basically putting your tentacles out there and just keep pulling traffic into the, the head, the mouth of the octopus, right? So, why is content marketing so awesome? Because, the more content that you publish, the more traffic that you're going to get. It's just that simple. All right. And so think about it like a traffic snowball. So let's say that you start a brand new website. Okay. This thing has not seen the light of day by anybody. Well, if you're publishing content to your social media accounts and things like that, what's going to happen? There's a couple different things. You're going to start to get traffic from social media. The traffic you get from Google will probably be very, very slow. But here's the thing, is when you start to talk about organic traffic, okay, there's 3 different ranking factors that play a contributing part to you basically gaining more SEO, okay? Would you guys want to know what those 3 ranking factors are? Give me a 1 in the chat box. Can everybody hear me? It looks like people are saying no audio. Go and give me a 1 if you guys can hear me. Okay, great. People can hear me, great. So basically, let me jump back into it. So when it comes to those 3 ranking factors, I want you guys to write these down. They're very, very important, okay? So number 1 is time on site. So if you're publishing good quality articles or videos or anything like that, people are going to want to stay there to actually read those. And Google loves that because it looks like you're actually giving value. You're not just some scammy website that somebody lands on and they're like, oh crap, they're going to try to steal my credit card and leave, right? So we definitely want to give out value. So that's great. Number 2 is, let's say they're reading that article and they click on another one. Okay, so that's called click-through rate, and Google loves that as well because now it just shows that you're running a good website. And the third thing, and this is probably the most important, is social shares. So let's say they love that funny cat video so much they decide to share it with all their friends. That's huge. Okay, so basically by doing content marketing, we can get more traffic, we can get an SEO boost while doing literally nothing different than just doing content marketing. So it's a full circle. And I'm going to show you guys how to use just content marketing to really scale your business from SEO to paid advertising to monetizing that content to actually get money out of it. So let's go ahead and keep going here. So what to consider with content? This is very, very important. It needs to be cost effective, as we talked about, okay? It also needs to be time effective. Recently, I just tried to write 11 articles, and I swear that took me like 2 weeks, okay? I spent an ungodly amount of time, and I'll tell you right now, I hate writing, okay? Because it's just, I just hate it. I'm not a fast writer, so I need something that's more time effective. And the last thing is high quality, okay? If we're trying to run a real business, and we're just publishing crap on our website, do you think people are going to want to stay there and read it? Probably not, okay? So when you talk about quality, it needs to be relevant to your audience. If you have a fitness website and you're publishing articles about Donald Trump and it has nothing to do with it, it's probably not going to be relevant to the audience. It needs to be unique so that we don't get penalized by Google, and it also needs to be popular. People need to want to read it, okay? So I'm going to show you how to track that. So where do we start? Well, basically, the good thing is you can write all of your own content, just like I said. And what's great about that is it's going to have your own message. Nobody can communicate themselves like yourself. But here's the problem, as I talked about. It is super time-consuming. I swear I wanted to pull my hair out writing these articles. It sucked. And basically, on average, it says that it takes anywhere from 1 to 2 hours to write a solid article, which takes me much more. But let's say on average, it takes about 2 hours. Now, to have that consistency of traffic, it's very important that you're consistently putting out content. Well, if we're going to put out an article Monday through Friday and we need to write it all, that's about 10 to 12 hours of writing per week, and it's not even going to make you money. And I hate writing, so I definitely do not like this option. Then I tried to basically hire a copywriter, which, how many of you guys have paid a copywriter in the past? Go ahead and give me a 1 if you guys have hired a copywriter. It's good, it's great. But, the problem is that it can get very costly. It can be anywhere from like $10 or $12 all the way up to $75 depending on what you want. And so, it's great because it's really high quality, but it takes a bit more time and it's much more costly. So let's say that on average a copywriter is about $25 an hour, and it would cost you about, and you're publishing an article Monday through Friday. Each article is taking about 2 hours per article. That's $250 per week and $1,000 per month, okay, on only 5 articles. Well, I hate spending too much, and as we talked about, we need to actually hit an ROI, right? So basically, writing your own content sucks. Paying someone sucks because you're not guaranteed money back. So, things to consider when you think about content marketing, well, basically, you need to publish articles that induce awe, laughter, surprise, sadness, and other emotions that drive people to share stuff with their friends. Articles should be fun, interesting, unusual, stupid, outrageous, or even controversial, and should be relevant to your audience or niche. How many of you guys spend at least an hour on Facebook every day? Go and give me a 1 in the chat box if you guys spend a pretty good amount of time on social media. Hey, I'm not ashamed to admit it. I spend a lot of time on social media. Think about every day. Think about the articles that people are sharing. Are they like very complex, data-driven articles? No, they're like, here's the top 10 things that you need to do in your relationship. The secrets between these celebrities and all this stuff, right? People love to share that stuff. That's, the kind of concept here. So let's take a look at something pretty interesting. You guys want to see something pretty cool? Go and let me know in the chat box. Basically, let's go and jump into this. Have you guys ever heard of a website called Viral Nova? Go and let me know in the chat box. Have you guys ever heard of this website? Basically, Viral Nova, it's just a massive, massive website. People said, yeah, man, or Scott said, yeah, man. Scott also said no. Anthony said no. Well, basically, here's the interesting thing. How many visitors do you guys have currently to your websites? Do you guys have over 1,000? What'd you guys say? Go and let me know in the chat box. How many visitors are you guys getting per month? Sorry to interrupt the webinar here, but I'm interested. Go and drop it in the chat box. I'll just keep going here, and I'll look at the answers later. But basically, this website got 3.5 million views in one single month. Think about how much money you can make off of 3.5 million views, and you only converted like 0.000%, 0.001%. Right? And they have a time on site, take a look at it here, of almost 2 minutes, which is very good. Then we get to a website called Upworthy.com. They have 8.8 million views, visits, and 1 minute of average duration. Then we get to Huffington Post, which has 224 million views in one single month with an average time on site of 2 minutes. Okay, that's pretty long. Then we get the BuzzFeed, and this has been huge over the years. I mean, look at their traffic. It's almost completely steady at 240 million views a month. Think about that. 240 million views. Average duration on site of 3 minutes. So that's pretty crazy. So the question is, how are these websites doing that? So Scott says about 900 visitors a month. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys some. If you guys are only getting 1,000 visitors per month, you guys are going to love what I'm going to show you today. It's going to be guaranteed traffic. So there's not many things in life that give you guarantees, but today you're going to have some guarantees. So can everybody hear me? Roger says no audio. I do apologize if there's no audio. Give me a 1 if you can hear me right now. Okay, everybody's saying 1. So it looks like maybe Roger, you're just having some audio. Maybe sign out and sign back in. But basically, what's similar between all these sites? Well, I would say that what's similar is the fact that they're doing viral content marketing. Now, you've really seen this in the space lately because viral content marketing requires the least amount of work, time, and money, which makes a huge difference. You just publish a viral article and the traffic snowball will go from there. It explodes your social sharing, as we talked about before, how important that is, and it's the easiest and fastest way to get huge amounts of relevant traffic within short periods of time that actually makes you money. So how are they doing it? Well, the secret is content curation. Everybody's talking about writing their own content or paying somebody to write their content. Phooey, okay? I'm done with that. I'm not writing content anymore. That sucks. So what I do is I do something called content curation. And, this has been around for a while, but let me break down what it actually is. So content curation does not include creating new content. It's the act of discovering, compiling, and sharing existing content with your online followers. Think about it like a filter that pulls together the most important bits, like, you're kind of sifting through to find those golden nugget articles. Now, what I want you to do is imagine 2 articles that are perfectly identical, okay? The only difference is one is really, really, really long, and the other one is really short, kind of the cliff notes, if you will. Which one do you think that, on average, readers are probably more likely to stay and read? Definitely the short one, right? I mean, the attention span of people is just going downwards. You know, most of these people are reading this stuff on their lunch breaks or when they're bored, they got ADD, you know, whatever it is. But, you know, we need to give people, you know, digestible content. We need to give them something that they can read kind of on the fly, okay? And our chances of them clicking to the next article actually goes up. So definitely articles that are shorter and more Cliff Note based are definitely better. So what I do is I sit back for basically the articles that go viral. And, you know, while you know, basically content creators, you know, are paying people or creating the content themselves, I sit back, I wait for the ones to go viral, the ones that are getting a lot of traffic, and then I curate that, and then I share it with my audience. And that's the secret that I do, and literally thousands of other people are doing. And so that's what we're going to go talk about today. So basically our shortcut to success, no more spending hours and hours writing content that's done with, no more spending thousands of dollars on writers, and no more publishing content that people may not even want to see. We want to actually publish, you know, content that's going to get us traffic. Wouldn't you guys agree? Because that's why we run a website, is so we can get traffic and then basically convert that traffic. So basically what we did was we created something called trending traffic, which is the easiest way to find the most viral articles based on keywords, and you can post articles to your websites in literally seconds or go on full autopilot if you want, and you can choose from a database of over 500,000, and that's not a typo, viral articles that are growing literally every day. So we're scanning all of the most viral websites, and we're basically collecting them by Facebook shares, Facebook likes, Pinterest pins, LinkedIn, all of this stuff, and the ones that get the most amount, that's what we're curating and adding to our database. So this thing literally never stops growing. And so basically you can schedule an unlimited amount of posts, anywhere from 1 to 100 websites. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit more into that a little later. So, you know, basically what is trending traffic? It's the easiest way to score the digital web for the most powerful ideas around a topic and then bring them together for your audience. We provide our value by becoming the collector, bringing together the ideas that our audience desperately want to see but can't or don't want to find it on their own. And as you guys know, the process is called content curation. But there's one more critical thing, right? We talked about our content being unique. Well, what we did is we hired a full team of PhDs. We spent about $50,000 or $60,000 to create this, put in literally 11 months of work and tested over 1 billion different documents to basically, you know, create the ultimate way to make these articles unique. We didn't want them just to be really high quality, but we also wanted the method to be really, really simple. So what we created was something called Spinner Bros. It's the highest quality way that you can curate your articles effectively, but also make it so, you know, it's super simple and it literally takes a few seconds to do. So, you know, what does this actually mean? Well, it basically means automated viral content, automated spinning, and automated traffic, okay? If you guys can't get traffic with this method, I would be very surprised. I mean, you guys have my email now, so I'll help you if you can't get that traffic. But, you know, as we've been talking about, it's the complete set and forget option. So, you know, who would this actually work for? Well, if you're that beginner that said, you know, I want to start a business online, or I want to start a blog, but, you know, I just can't get around to doing it, or I'm having trouble writing the articles, and, you know, even if I do write an article, it doesn't even mean people are actually going to go to it and read it, which sucks. So at the consistency that, you know, you need to be at, I don't know if that's, you know, feasible for you. So, you know, for the beginner, this is literally the perfect option. The second person is the seasoned marketer. It's the person that's been doing this for a long time, you know, that writes all his own content, you know, basically pays for his content. Well, here's the funny thing is every single person that's a seasoned marketer that's been around for a while, we've applied this method to them, and we've always seen results. We have tons of different proof of it. And so, you know, that kind of gets us into the next bit. Would you guys like to see how this worked for one of our top users? This guy did about $30,000 last month, and here's what's really cool is he actually, do you guys want to hear something pretty cool? So what this guy did, and I'm going to teach you guys all about this, you know, as we keep going on how you got 7 different ways that you can monetize your websites. But basically, this week, he just got an offer for guest posting. Do you guys know what guest posting is? Go and give me a 1 in the chat box if you guys know what guest posting is. Okay, so Roger says yes. Okay, great. So basically, what they're going to be doing is they're going to be giving him $20 per article that they can guest post for him. And that article, they want to publish 18 articles a month, and they want to publish it across all of his websites. Well, he has 116 websites, so do the math. So $20 an article across 116 websites, 18 times a month. That's a lot of money. It's over $30,000. And that is just on guest posting. He made another $30,000 from basically the method I'm going to show you right now. So I actually pulled him in. Give me 2 seconds. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this up. I'm actually walk you through his websites. And give me 2 seconds. Let me pull this up. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk through his websites and see that what he's actually doing. You guys cool with that? You want to see, how he's actually able to scale all this out and make money with this? Excellent, excellent. So basically, what he basically gave us here is a full testimonial. It says, thanks to my blogs and my social media accounts and good offers, the honest truth is, thanks to Justin's tools, I started with bullet viral traffic and moved on to trending traffic. I went from a regular job to a full-time affiliate marketer lifestyle. I've gone from 10 websites to over 100 news blogs, all on autopilot with 0 time spent on content generation. The honest truth is that thanks to, good quality, viral, shareable content on autopilot has changed my life. I work less and make more. In 2 years, I've gone from renting an apartment to traveling around the world. My time spent on the road with my laptop has made up 60% of my time. I bought 3 houses in 3 countries and basically do what I want, where I want, and when I want. Can anyone ask for more? And the best part is I make about $200 to $1,000 a day in affiliate commissions. Thanks to my websites, and my affiliate marketing has started with 84 blogs added in trending traffic on complete autopilot with 0 time spent on content. I now have 168 self-hosted blogs, 254 free Blogger blogs, and the content from Blogger is auto-shared to another 6 social media sites such as Tumblr, Instapaper, and Delicious, and I have an average of 3,200 daily subscribers to my 168 FeedBurner RSS feeds, 68 Facebook fan pages, 68 Twitter accounts, and 20 LinkedIn accounts, all sending traffic to my original 84 blogs. This has all been done and accomplished with 0 time spent on content. So, pretty good, but, let's actually dive into what he's doing. Can you guys see my screen? Can you guys see this? Let me go ahead and I'll make it a little bit bigger. Excellent. Can you guys see that? Excellent. All right, so basically, he's basically sharing about 30,000 articles a month. Think about that. 30,000 articles a month. I don't think I could ever write that. So he's doing that every single month across like 116 websites now. And so here's actually screenshot traffic reports of his website. So he's gotten 25,000 visitors in one single month, 8,000, 3,000, 4,000, 12,000, 23,000, 9,000, 7,000, 12,000, and yeah, so he's getting a ton of traffic. So do you guys want to spend a little time, like maybe a couple minutes, and kind of dive into his websites and actually see what he's doing to not only get the content on there and what it looks like, but how he's actually able to make so much money with these? Now, there's multiple ways to make money with this, but basically I'll show you what he's doing. So let's go ahead and open up a few of his sites, and then I'll share this with you guys if you guys want. All right, so the first thing I want you guys to take note of is most of his sites look pretty similar. Wouldn't you say? The second thing I want you guys to take note of is, do you see the name of this domain? Advice to Top. Like, that's an ugly domain. It's not something that's very expensive. So that's one thing I want you to take note of. It's not some kind of fancy domain that he's using here. The second thing is, it looks like a fairly good website, but a couple things that he's doing. He's got JVZoo offers right here. Okay. He's got, basically more JVZoo offers right here. There's another JVZoo offer. There's another JVZoo offer. And then if you click on this is really sneaky. If you click on this right here, watch what happens. I go to another website where he's got all of his offers. So all of his 116 websites are all interlinking to, basically his affiliate sites. So how cool is that? He's basically got tons of different ways. He's got pop-ups that will come up and offer people stuff. He's got live chat going on here, which is awesome. So let me go ahead and I will share this with you guys. Do you guys want this this link so you can kind of dive into the websites on your own? Everybody's saying, yeah, okay, great. Give me 2 seconds. Let me go ahead and pull that up for you. Yeah, feel free to copy what he's doing because, it's working. And we have literally tons of people that are doing it. Send to all. Can you give me a 1 in the chat box if you got that? And then we'll kind of dive into how he's actually building these websites. All right, great. So everybody said yes. Excellent. So let me go ahead and I'll show you a couple more websites that we have going on that I think are pretty good representation of, what these sites can actually look like. So another one is viralplexus.com. This is another great one. So as you can see, this is a more viral-based website. I got, business section, technology, health, gossip, new software, funny videos, and there's just nonstop content being posted every single day. And as you can see, I mean, the articles look very good. We got videos right here. I mean, I don't have to actually spend time on anything. These websites run on their own. I'm actually in Houston. How many people do we have in Texas right now? Have anybody in Texas? Because, I'm actually in Houston. We just went through that hurricane. I actually ran a webinar through that hurricane. It was pretty nuts. But, yeah, basically, we look at this article here. I mean, look at this. I'm actually impressed with the quality of this article. A lot of photos, a lot of text, all kinds of things going on here. And this is one massive article. Holy crap. Yeah, so as you can see, quality content. Now, would you guys actually want to see how I'm creating websites like this and how I can find all this content, basically on any niche? So I see a bunch of yeses coming in. All right, so what we'll do here is we'll jump over to trending traffic, log in here. All right, so I'm in the dashboard. Now, first thing that you're going to notice is I can have up to 100 websites. I got posting 3,300 articles on autopilot, 82 articles coming up today. Now, a couple cool things I want you to take note of. Number one is I can basically, determine what sources I want to pull from. So whether it's Wired, Viral Thread, which is huge, Upworthy, Twitchy, The Guardian, TechCrunch, all of these major websites. The other thing I can do is determine how current do I want it to be. If I'm going to be talking about celebrities, I don't want to be talking about old news. You know what I mean? How many of you guys have wives or girlfriends that are all about like People magazine and stuff? They'll call you out. They'll be the first ones to call you out. So we want to determine how current it is. We also want to determine how viral it is. And then we also want to say, hey, you know what? I want it to also be pretty niche. So I can search things by keywords. Now, how easy is it to actually set up your website inside of here? It literally takes 2 seconds. So all you're going to do is you'll add the URL for your site, the admin details, click save, and you're done. Now, there's no plugins, anything like that. You can add up to 100 websites all right here that can be managed. So basically, if you're running 100 websites, you don't even have to leave this dashboard. So let's go ahead and jump back in here. We got an amazing training section, a 30-second start guide, how to hook it up, how to automate the process, how somebody got 73 visitors in 5 minutes. And then we also have a bunch of different integrations as well. Do you remember we talked about Spinner Bros? Spinner Bros is super easy. Literally all you need to do is slide this little readability bar right here, click save right there, and you're done. Now, if you have other spinners, we got other integrations, the best spinner, spin rewriter, stuff like that. And we also have indexing services right here. But let's go ahead and jump in and we'll see the quality of this content. So first thing I'll do is I'll type in dogs. So I love doggy articles. So we got some doggy articles here. I take my dog on road trips. It's got 3 shares. Why don't we look at more viral stuff, okay? So, basically, dang, okay, wow. That is a lot of shares. Stolen dog brought in the courtroom. That one has 14,000 shares. So I'm going to click schedule. Now it looks like it was posted to one of my websites already, but what I'm going to do is I'll take that article, I'll post it, but let me find one that basically hasn't been posted onto my website just yet. So this looks like a good one. I'll post it on Viral Dog Spot. I'll post it on Doggy Blog. I'll determine what time I want it to be posted. So if I want it to be posted in, right now it's 4:43, so I'll post it in a few minutes. Now let's go ahead and actually spin. So we'll just take this one right here. And this one's got a lot of content in it, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is I will turn on the spinner, click spin, and within a couple seconds it's basically going to rewrite all this content so it's perfectly unique. So if you guys are struggling with content right now, and you're like, gosh, this is a pain in the butt, I know I need to be super consistent with this, then, you know, it's never been easier. So now that's rewritten, I'll just click publish. I'm going to publish this one to Viral Plexus, and I'll post it to Harvey Relief. I'll just post it to the blog, and then done. It's that simple. Now, how do I actually go on full autopilot? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to basically auto posting, add new. Now let's say I'm posting to the dog website. I'm going to click dogs. I'm going to take out everything that has to do with Snoop Dogg, Trump, anything that has to do with doggy style. I know that's bad, but you know, it is what it is. And then yeah, we should probably be good after that. Then I'll take out, I'll publish this on Viral Dog Spot on the doggy blog. I'll post 5 times a day. I'll pull from the full database if I want. Do I want to include source link? How viral do I want it? Do I want the spinner? I'll turn the spinner on. I don't want to pull from news websites because I want more funny articles. So I'll pull out from those. So I'll basically keep them coming in from here, okay? And then I'll just click save. And so that's how easy it is, guys. You can basically auto-post 5 articles a day, 10 articles a day, 40 articles a day across as many websites as you want. So, you know, basically super, super easy. Now, is there anything that you guys want to see inside of this dashboard and how it works? Or can I show you a couple articles that were posted on my website that I think are pretty cool? You guys want to see a couple articles that were posted that I thought were, you know, super high quality? Go check those out real quick. So go ahead and check those out. So this one has a bunch of videos that was posted into it. I'll just show you one and then I'll jump back into the webinar and the coaching here. So here's a great article that was posted all about, you know, this video game. And what's cool about it is it's got these videos that are obviously very high quality with full amounts of content. Look, there's a second video. There's another article. I mean, you know, you can imagine my click-through rates are pretty solid on this site. But yeah, basically, let's go ahead and we'll jump back into the presentation. Now, if you guys have any questions afterwards, you know, I'll jump back into it. But let's go ahead and jump back into the training. So here we go. So basically, would it be fair to show you guys what we're offering today before we kind of jump back into the training and show you guys how to scale all this stuff out? Would that be fair? Go ahead and give me a 1 in the chat box if you think it's fair to kind of show you, you know, what you can get for today, and then we'll kind of jump back on board with the training here. So I see some yeses coming in. Excellent, excellent. All right, so basically what we're going to be doing just today, and today only, is we're going to be offering you, you know, the ability to post, auto-post on 5 websites, curate from 15 data sources. Now you might be wondering, Shane, you know, I'm new. I don't know how to build out themes. You know, what theme do I use? Don't worry, we actually built all the themes for you. So you're going to get all the content you need. You're going to get the WordPress themes. You're going to get the spinner, all for $197 lifetime price. Or you can get the agency package, which you get 20 times the amount of sites that you're able to post to. You're going to get 3 times the amount of data sources, Reddit, double the data sources, 3 times the amount of WordPress themes, Reddit, Google News, RSS feeds, and article builder, 5 times the amount of spins per day. And basically, you're going to also be able to resell this to clients. And yeah, so it's pretty fantastic. Now, what are you actually going to get? You're going to get a one-time payment only, okay, lifetime access to something that's growing literally every single day. No recurring payments. There's no upsells, anything like that. You're going to get lifetime access to both Spinner Bros and Trending Traffic. You're going to get unlimited content posting, no plugins, and premium tech support. We've been around for 6 years now, and all of our software is still up to date and getting updates. So if you guys want to jump on board with us, just go to this link right here. But let's go ahead and keep going here. So who's ready for the 5 steps to scaling out your websites? Go ahead and give me a 1. I see some 1s coming in. Excellent. So basically a 5-step blueprint. So what it is you're going to use all the content you can get from Trending Traffic and Spinner Bros. You're going to build out a community. You're going to monetize this. You're going to scale it and then eventually sell it. So number 1 is being able to utilize content. So you're going to use Trending Traffic and Spinner Bros. And then what we're going to do is as Trending Traffic is auto-posting onto WordPress, we're going to use a free service called IFTTT that will auto-post onto all of our social media accounts. Now, like I said, this is about 80% of our traffic when you start a new blog. So this is huge, okay? So if you guys aren't using IFTTT, definitely go use it because it's free, okay? So it's fantastic. Now, what's going to happen is as you start to auto-post all that content, those visitors are going to eventually come in from Google, and they're going to start to come in from Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and all these other sources. And so the next piece is, how do we make money once we have this traffic? Well, basically, we're going to use sources like, media.net, AdSense, Chitka, affiliate offers like you saw our buddy doing, e-com, so I don't know how many people have Shopify stores and things like that. Lead capture, having pop-ups. We have awesome conversions with that. So that's all done on the back burner, right? It's all done on the side. You don't actually have to do any work. But then once you actually start collecting leads, then we can dive into active monetization, which is building an email list, sending people to webinars, creating ad retargeting. I make about $1,000 a month off of just webinar replays. So basically, once we have this and it's actually starting to produce money, how do we scale it up? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to start posting more. We'll start creating more sites. We'll start doing something like paid advertising where we boost articles and boost our Facebook fan pages. I can go into all that and the specifics and show you how to do it in a little bit. But basically, once I start to scale, as I build out more websites, it's all going to be able to build that community even more. It's just going to keep growing larger and larger. And so then we get into Facebook boosting, which I just press that button and that traffic literally just starts to pour in. And we've gotten pretty good results with this. And I paid $2 on this article right here, got 246 engagements, and it reached 1,200 people for $2. So imagine if I was paying $2 a day, okay? I would get a lot of traffic, and eventually my SEO would get a lot better as well, which it has been. It's gotten much, much better. About half my traffic now comes from Google. Now, once I have this and it's making money and it's got traffic and it's a good website now, I can go to Flippa and I can eventually sell this if I want. So anybody that's ever been flipping websites, you can basically build out 100 of these that you can end up flipping. So the key is once you find what works for you, just rinse and repeat, replicate it, and you can go from there. So basically, who here likes some free stuff? I'm going to give you guys some free stuff today. Now, number one is we have a bounce rate fixer plugin. Site quality metrics are one of the most important ranking signals that Google uses, and user bounce rate is probably one of the most important of those. And this plugin can control exactly how Google sees your bounce rate. So you're going to get that at $17. You're going to get that for free today. Now, Post Spinner plugin, blog owners now have a unique way to generate, unique content. So basically, if you've had any article that was on your website before you had trending traffic, you can install this plugin and spin any article that you have. Now, that's a monthly cost, and you're going to get that for free. Then we're also going to give you guys a viral marketing 101 training guide. So if you've been wondering, why things go viral, how to scale these things up, how to make this even better, for $37, you're going to get that for free as well. Now, basically, what you guys are going to get is literally everything you need to literally get started and basically run a profitable business. So think about this like a business in a box. You got traffic, okay? You're attracting people through trending traffic and Spinner Bros. You got your engagement. You got the Post Spinner plugin and the Bounce Rate Fixer plugin. And I'm going to go into how you can actually start converting people even better. I just wrote 11 articles for all of our members that have this. And then we also have our knowledge resources where you're going to get the Viral 101 training guide. You're also going to get the Make Money Online guide. So basically, how do you get all these tools? You just email our support team. Okay, so support@hkseo.us, and you'll be able to get everything you see here today. But as I promised, do you guys want that Make Money Online guide? Go ahead and give me a 1 in the chat box if you want that Make Money Online guide. Yeah, I'm going to send you guys my email. Somebody was asking for it. Let me go ahead and email that to you. All right, there we go. So basically now you have my email again. I just sent that. So let's go ahead and we'll dive in to that actual guide that I'm giving you guys today. So let me go ahead and pull that up here. So go ahead and use this link. I'll drop it in the chat box right now. And then I'll open it up with you and I'll show you where the guide is, okay? Send to all. And then let's go ahead and open that up. So we have some construction going on in the house if you can hear that. But basically, can you guys see my screen right now? Go and give me a 1 if you can see my screen right now. Okay, great. So basically, you see this little section right here? What you're going to do is you're going to click this little link right here, and you'll be able to get this guide. So all you got to do is download it. And as you can see, this is a full guide. You go into contextual advertising, affiliate marketing, e-com, all different stuff. We give you all kinds of links and different sources. I also, just like I said, wrote 11 articles on basically taking this stuff into even more detail, 7 different ways that you can profit from this. How to a step-by-step guide on how to build a website. All of that's going to be coming out soon. And do you guys also want access to our Facebook group? Would you guys like access to that? Give me a 1 in the chat box. Let me go ahead and I'll grab that link for you guys. Yeah, there's a ton of really cool knowledge that's always dropped in our Facebook group. I'm pretty proud that everybody's so responsive in that group. All right, so here's the group. You guys are more than welcome to join. Here it is right here, send to all. Great. Now, if you scroll through this group, what you're going to see is you're going to see tons of people talking about, different things like, one day we're talking about SSL and how important that is. We talk about, different ways that you can automate things. Like here we are talking about different ways to get even more traffic from Facebook. I've literally doubled my traffic, using this right here. I mean, just so much stuff. I literally gave about $4,000 worth of stuff away the other day. So, you guys just join that group. You'll get everything you need. And yeah, so let's go ahead and jump back in. And so now if anybody does want to get started today, you guys are looking at this and you're like, dang, this is lifetime access to something that's literally growing. We have over 6,000 people that are using this. This is a monthly service, which is going to basically cost us about $700 a year. And, basically you guys are going to get that for a one-time fee, all for either $197 or $297. So if you jump on today and you're, a little bit hesitant and you get to day 28 and you're saying, Shane, I really like it, but I just don't feel like it's the best fit for me. Well, what's going to happen is we're also going to give you a 30-day money-back, no questions asked refund. So, basically it's unlimited upside and zero downside, okay? So if you guys do jump on board with us, which, I would highly suggest, that we can literally guarantee you results because, we'll walk you through it either in the Facebook group, you have my email, you have our support team, you have all the tools that you need. And yeah, so we'll kind of jump in and let's go ahead and start some Q&A. Let's start brainstorming some ideas. Now, Walter was asking if there will be a replay. There will absolutely be a replay. So basically, let's go ahead and jump over. Now, one question for you guys, for everybody that's in this call. Can you guys hear me? Go ahead and give me a 1 in the chat box if you guys can hear me. Okay, great. So one question I have for you guys is, out of everybody that's on this call right now, okay, how many of you guys are planning to get started with us? Go ahead and give me a 1 in the chat box because, for all those people that are either on the fence, they're wondering if this is good for them, or, you're like, heck yeah, I'm definitely jumping on this, then what I want you to do is start asking tons of questions, and let's see if we can figure out a way to make this a seamless fit for you. Okay, so if you're running Shopify stores, if you already have websites in certain niches, if you're wondering, different ways to make money with this, would you guys want to see something kind of cool that you'll get access to if you do opt in today? Let me go ahead and I'll pull something up that's pretty cool. Now, you guys are literally the only ones to ever see this because, it's something that I've been working so hard on. So what I will do is pull it up right here. So, basically this is all of the content that I've been working on. Look at this. It's 52 pages of different ways that you can maximize your websites, build them out, automate them, literally everything. So you guys are going to, like I said, get nonstop value out of this. You're going to understand why certain things work. I've put a lot of time into this, as you can imagine. We talk about Google and why it's so hard to actually get traffic from Google, different ways to actually speed up the traffic. I mean, as you can see, look at this. Pretty cool. So we'll go back here. All right. So how many of you guys have Shopify stores right now? Give me a 1. you guys doing any e-com, Amazon affiliate offers? What are you doing? Because I'll actually show you this, which is pretty cool, is, if you guys do jump in the day and you're like, you know what, Shane, I do want to figure out ways to make money with this, because I want to have some sort of passive income. So what we're going to do is I'm actually working on this one right here. Here's the 7 different ways that you can make profit from automated blogs that I'm going to go into, which is contextual advertising, e-com, email capture, affiliate offers, flipping sites, charging other people to post content. So let's say you sell a website and someone buys it from you and they see so many articles going onto it. Well, you could say, yeah, if you want, I can keep posting articles to your site for a fee. So, that's super easy. We have people that are doing that. And we also have guest posting, which, like we talked about, somebody was doing that, is actually getting some pretty dang good money with it. So, let me talk about how to, actually get this to work with some Shopify stores as well. So if I'm running a blog like this right here, then all I need to do is have some sort of pop-up or use one of these tabs that will basically link to my Shopify store. Now, if I build out, let me ask you guys a question. How many of you guys are good with math? You guys want a good math question for you? Give me a 1 if you guys are so good with some math questions right here. So if I had 10 websites, okay, grab my phone here. You guys there? Go and be as responsive as you can in the chat box. But basically, if I had 10 websites that were getting something as small as, like, let's say 50 visitors a day, okay, that's 500 visitors a day. Then if I had, over the course of a month, 15,000 visitors, and I converted 0.01% of those, that's 15 sales, and then if I basically sold them a $37 product, then my commission was 50%, that's already starting you out, and that's a very low conversion rate, but you're already starting you out at $300 a month, which we have people doing. As you'll see in the Facebook group, we actually have people that have already seen sales in 5 days of starting this. So if you actually scroll through here, you'll actually be able to see all that. In here, you'll actually get, I gave out a resource guide for a ton of different ways that you can use press release marketing. So basically, yeah, go ahead and keep asking as many questions as you guys have. Would you guys like to see me post some more content? Now, this offer will be available for 3 days, so if you guys do want to jump on board with us, I would highly suggest it, especially since you're going to get a 30-day money-back guarantee. But it looks like everybody is about finished. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign out now, guys. I do appreciate you jumping on board with us. And if you guys have any questions, make sure to send me an email. There you go. Excellent. So everybody has my email. I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you guys soon.